Welcome to our room. It's our hope through this tour that you'll get a better sense of who we are as educators and what our philosophy for early childhood education is. In the corner, we have our little quiet reading area, and we try to make this a place of wonder and discovery for the children so that they're engaged and excited to come and read some of the materials and explore some of the new treasures awaiting. We have pastel self-portraits that the children have done, and some magical things on the shelf for them to explore. We try to bring nature into whatever center we're at, so there are many magical things for the children to wonder about, and we hope that this helps provoke interest and spark a new exploration. Math is a big part of our room, so we've tried to organize our books at this center by color so that children are sorting instead of using the more traditional bookcase. Cozy pillows and little sofas that are child-sized create a warm and inviting environment for them. We often find children socializing at this center. In our room, we try to use every space imaginable. So we have a lot of documentation that's put in different centers so that children can reflect upon their experiences and think about what they might do at some future play point. Outdoor exploration is a big part of our philosophy at David Suzuki School, so you see many pictures of the children playing outdoors. Math is also a big part of our program, so at this particular center we've highlighted some of our math work. We try to engage children in thinking about how to document in innovative ways, so we have some translucent photocopied photos of their math hanging from these branches. Lots of information about what our belief for math is in an inquiry-based program. Read-alouds with materials to be used, and innovative ways of documenting. Here you'll see that we have some documentation regarding students' work in math, and the QR code attached to the documentation when scanned will lead a user to all of the math posts on our blog. This is a convenient way to regularly update the digital documentation in our room without needing to continually do so by hand. Children are invited and encouraged to use familiar math tools like dominoes, numbers, dice, counters, number lines, etc. in their play. Over here you'll see our drama center. Right now the children have asked that it be set up as a house. It has changed multiple things throughout the year. It's been a vet office, a chocolate shop, we've had a doctor's office, we've had a library, but when the children decide that they want a house center, we put it back to this. We have a chalkboard, lots of writing tools to encourage reading and authentic literacy in the room. Again, documentation on the wall with a QR code that can be scanned so that all of the drama experiences that we've had all year can be highlighted. And many interesting things for the children to use in their play. We love to use real materials, so glass cups, silver tea sets. We find that really engages the children in their learning, and it really validates them as authentic participants in our classroom that are capable of using such materials. Over here is our carpet area. Children do a lot of building here, so we've really highlighted our big blocks. Every day there's a new and interesting structure that's created. On the top of the shelf are more invitations for discovery. Our children really are interested in birds right now, so we've got a number of nests and some books about birds, bird houses. We also like to put interesting, whimsical materials out for the children to discover. So this old hat box was of particular interest to me, and I love the richness of this fabric, so we've decided to display this currently. Our bookshelf has books of interest. Right now, Eric Carle is a big one, so we have those on display. And then on the other side of the bookshelf are clipboards that we have accessible for the children to use whenever they want. This is our writing portfolio wall, and each child has his or her own clipboard. We encourage the children to take a look and see if they have any writing on display, and if they don't, we encourage them to think about providing a piece by the end of the week. These clipboards are then brought back to a consolidation and sharing circle where children can speak about what they've done, and then they're emptied. Children can choose a piece to put in their portfolio and then bring the rest home. We like having lots of cozy pillows around the space. That way children can take them and use them wherever they'd like. Sometimes they're a building prop, other times they're used when children need a rest, just want to sit down and socialize. Over by the door, you'll see we have our learning portfolios. Each child has a portfolio, And these portfolios contain many different things. Students self-select pieces of art and writing and different things that they're proud of from the room, and those are included in their portfolios. But the educators in the space also put things in there. So we like to include checklists, annotated photos, learning stories, artifacts of learning that we find from the play, like writing samples from drama or perhaps writing samples from our classroom mailbox. These are really full of many different materials, and we think that that helps us triangulate the data and really check to see the progress of our children and where we need to move forward to support their learning. These are also sent home on a regular basis to parents, and insight is asked from the parents. So we provide a reflection page, and parents can fill out their observations and their hopes for next steps for the children. Right next to that is our literacy center. So you can see that the children have co-created an alphabet on the wall with paper mache. We have many different beautiful writing materials that are displayed so that children have easy access to them, and that way they're encouraged as well to use the materials. The Writing Center is probably one of our most popular areas because children use it as a foundation for their work in other areas. So they'll come and they'll write letters to their friends or create shopping lists for the house center, or perhaps grab some paper and some writing materials and then draw some architecture plans. Again, many beautiful displays in the room. Right here we have our loose parts building table. You can see that there are many different found and recycled things for the children to play with. We really believe in promoting a STEAM environment where children can create and then talk about what they've done with others. Our science area has a collection of additional building materials for the children to use and more natural displays. We celebrate art, so we really try to have a lot of the children's art up on display. We like to have it integrated in a meaningful way. So you can see here we've talked about some equation work with our color mixing to help put things in context. A mirror that serves as a vocabulary card, subject-specific area. Lots of plants. Our light table right now has a building challenge. Because we've worked so much with subitizing and number sense, we have our name wall organized by number of letter in the children's names instead of by the initial letter. More color artwork. More building materials. Right now, planting has been a really big interest for our children, so the corner of our science area has many wonderful things for them to explore. Books about planting, many different kinds of seeds that we've planted, artwork and language to help explore what we've done and showcase our learning to others, planting journals that we record our ideas and our observations in. The children have free range with these materials, so when they have their open play block, they're able to come over and explore and read and write and discover, and then bring this learning back to the circle time discussions. As part of this area as well, we have our sensory table. Right now, because the children are so interested in planting, they've asked that it be set up as a garden. That always inspires some fun play. And then over in this corner, we have our art studio. So we're really proud of the children's interest in creating. This is another one of our very popular centers. And we've really tried to organize the materials so that they look beautiful in their presentation. So you can see that math is even present here as we've sorted and then organized the materials by color. We have documentation again embedded as part of the center. The children are also able to access those clipboards and look through their experiences. Over here we have snack. Children are able to engage in a free flow snack whenever they're hungry. And then we do have a lunchtime later on in the day. We try very hard to have language and math present in all of our centers. So you can see there's a blue mailbox right over here. The children are encouraged to write letters to one another and then deliver them. So that way when they're at snack, they can check to see if they have anything to read. And they are also inspired to do some writing. We try to have a math survey. Sometimes the children generate the ideas for the survey, sometimes the educators do. Right now, we're trying to engage them in as much subitizing as possible. So they're voting for the age that they are, or they're representing their age by showing it with Unifix cubes. So if I'm 4, I would put 1 Unifix cube underneath the 410 frame, and then we'll build them to see how many children we have that are that particular age. We have a kitchen area that we bake in.